For over 30 years, Pretty Woman has been sold as one of Hollywood's most perfect love stories. But what if the truth behind the scenes was nothing like the chemistry we saw on screen? Because now, decades later, Richard Gere has quietly reflected on his time filming with Julia Roberts, and what he's said has completely changed how fans view their relationship during filming. When Pretty Woman was released, it didn't just become a hit, it reshaped both of their careers overnight. Julia Roberts became a global star, and Gere became the ultimate romantic lead. But behind the scenes, things weren't as smooth as audiences were led to believe. And here's where it gets interesting. Because according to multiple behind-the-scenes accounts and later interviews, Julia Roberts wasn't the calm, effortless presence people assumed she was on set. In fact, she was extremely anxious during filming, to the point where it physically showed. Gere later admitted he often had to help calm her down between takes, especially during more intimate scenes. That already changes the dynamic most people imagine. But it gets even more unusual. Because the chemistry everyone talks about, one of the film's most iconic moments, the jewelry box scene, wasn't even scripted. Gere reportedly turned it into a playful prank on set, snapping the box shut on Julia Roberts' fingers. Her reaction, that genuine, uncontrollable laugh, made it into the final cut. And suddenly, a moment that was supposed to be simple became one of the most iconic romantic scenes in movie history. But here's the question nobody really asks. If the chemistry was real, why did it feel like so much of it was happening despite the tension? Not because of effortless connection, because even Gere himself has since downplayed the magic people see in the film. At a later appearance, while revisiting the movie, he joked about their famous scenes, saying, no chemistry! The audience laughed, but he didn't correct it. Instead, he reflected more critically on his own role, describing his character as almost empty, just a suit and a good haircut. And that completely reframes everything, because it suggests something unexpected, that the romance people fell in love with wasn't built on real-life connection but on performance, editing, timing, and pure cinematic accident. And what makes it even more fascinating is what happened after the film. Gere stepped away from romantic comedies for years, avoiding being typecast as the wealthy romantic lead. Meanwhile, Julia Roberts continued to rise, eventually becoming one of the most powerful actresses in Hollywood. But early in her career, she was also dealing with intense pressure, scrutiny, and a reputation that wasn't always flattering behind the scenes. And yet, despite all of that, there was never any confirmed real-life romance between them. No secret relationship, no hidden fallout, no scandal. Just two very different people creating something that felt far more intimate on screen than anything happening off it. Which brings everything back to the same uncomfortable idea. Maybe the reason Pretty Woman still works today isn't because it captured real love, but because it captured something far more powerful in Hollywood. The illusion of it. All of this, do you still see chemistry, or do you see two actors doing something so well it fooled everyone? And be honest, did you ever believe it was real? Or did Hollywood just convince you it was? Comment your take below, and if you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe, because the next one might change how you see another classic forever.